Bonjour, how are we doing today? I am just a nobody with a lot of, free time on my hands these days. I'm 34 years old. Uh, I'm a gamer, heart and soul, all the way down to my core. Oh, I'm 34. I've collected not a lot of games. I have this whole stack of video games that I own right here in front of me, and I have these three handheld consoles: my Nintendo 3DS, my PlayStation Portable, and my PS Vita. I own all of these. Nobody can take this away. I can take these games, throw them in my system. I have a Switch over there, and as you can see, I got three Switch games. I could throw this in my Switch. I could throw these three games in my Switch. Two of them are visual novels, and one of them is The Legend of Zelda: Skyward Sword. I could throw these in my Switch and play them. Now there may be a strange thing that happens, like if Nintendo can block the access to my Switch that I can't play. That's one thing. But these PlayStation 2 games, this Xbox 360 game down here that you can't see, Fear 3 that you see about right here, uh, and all these PSP games. I can play all these. I don't need your fucking permission to play them, Ubisoft. For one, I'm calling out strictly Ubisoft because he's the dumbass who said all this. Um, sure, these games are way back in the day. A lot of these are older games, especially these PSP games and these PlayStation 2 games. But these are still really, really good games. A lot of these hold up, even in today. Like, Devil May Cry 2 is probably the worst game I have. But Devil May Cry 3, the first Devil May Cry, really good games. Let's see. Crisis Core, fucking phenomenal game. I don't know if anybody's played the remake. Fucking fantastic. One of the things I played the most, Pokemon. I played, how many times I played Leaf Green and Emerald? Just constantly. Because, I'm a Gen 1er. I've played since Gen 1. I've even played all the way up to Paldea. The only games I haven't played is Platinum and Black 2 and White 2. Because I got disinterested during Gen 4. And Black 2 and White 2 I just never went and bought. Uh, but not only that, I have a PS2. I have a Nintendo Switch, as I said. I have a shit ton of anime that I own. I have two anime figures up there that you can't see. What else do I have? I have regular movies. Ginger Snaps, George Carlin's last special, and the Evil Within documentary by DC Comics, stuff like that. Really good, solid things that I can just throw into a machine that I have, that I bought and paid for, that I don't need your permission to play. Um, and I'm happy to pirate video games. I'm happy to pirate Ubisoft video games. I don't need to own any of your games. Uh, and this is just a shout out to all creators. A lot of y'all have just been so bad lately, it's just really disheartening. Like, I love, I used to love playing World of Warcraft. I was never a big Blizzard fan. I didn't get into Blizzard games. Like, I played Diablo 2 when I was a kid, but I didn't get into Warcraft until Mist of Pandaria, because I was playing EverQuest 2. I was a big EverQuest nerd. So having a lot of these games just not in it for the customers, not in it for gamers anymore. It really sucks. But the people who made all these, they were not interested. I mean, they were interested in my bottom dollar, but they were not interested in screwing over their customer base. They wanted to make games, at least from what I can tell. Like Shining Tears, it's not really like a great game for compared to Devil May Cry, but it's a good game on its own. Like, it has a very good story. It's something you definitely got to get used to. Like the what else I got? Fear 1 and Fear 2. I own both of those. I just can't find them right now. Phenomenal games. Fear 3 was shit, but Fear 1 and 2, great games. Fear 1 specifically scared the shit out of me. Fear 2, it didn't scare me as much until I got to the school, but oh man, that game was also really, really good, especially the DLC. Uh, DLC I really don't pay for if I can help it. I did not buy the new Pokemon DLC uh, because I just don't believe in buying DLC if I can help it. Unless the game has really, really struck something good, like Fear 2. If it's really just like something I've connected with, I will gladly buy extra content for a game I love. But yeah, what else do I have right here? Devil May Cry 2 garbage. Champions Return to Arms, phenomenal game. I wish this would be remastered. Madden. I don't play football. I don't know why it's in my collection. King Kong. I don't know why that's in my collection. That's the King Kong movie with the Jack Black. The Last of Us, PS3. That's somewhere in here, I think. Or that's probably over there still. The Last of Us, PS3. Great game. I didn't play The Last of Us 2 because I heard it was garbage and I don't want to ruin what Neil Druckmann made here because this was phenomenal. The Last of Us was super good. Oh, Resident Evil 2, the remake. Great game. Final Fantasy 7. Final Fantasy 8, Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All these games, like, if I don't have them, I can go out and buy them and the original console and play them. Or I can buy a lot of these games on Steam. Steam will probably eventually shut down, so that I need to there should be a way for us to get the games off and, save them to our computers digitally like I do with my audiobooks. Audiobooks I buy often. I own all of them. I can take them from Amazon, store them on my computer, and play them on another audio playing device. I don't need Audible to play them. All my anime I could just throw into a machine. It'll play. All my movies, throw into a machine. I can play. Diablo 2. I still own that game. I can play that. And even if I don't, this PS Vita, this PSP are both modded, both jailbroken. I can get any game I want. If I don't want to, if I can't find one of my fantastic games, like Third Birthday, fantastic game. I don't know why that's like $200. Yeah, Third Birthday. If I can't find that, I can go into the system that I have installed on these things and just download it. The 3DS I never modded or jailbroken yet because I don't need to because I got these two. Secondly, I do still have a Game Boy Advance SP flip that I can just go, and I still have my Emerald. I can go play that. I've changed the battery on it already. I can just open it, play it. I also have The Legend of Zelda Season of Oracles. Oracles and Seasons. Two great games, by the way. I don't need. I don't want games as a service anymore. Like, I never liked games as a service. Being 34, I've grown up with games that had love and passion and care put into them. And lately, with World of Warcraft, EverQuest 2 even now, EverQuest 1, all these games, Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail. What else do I have? Shit, I can't think right now. I don't want to pull up my Steam. All these games, they've lost connection with their player base. They don't care, or they're not gamers anymore. None of these people are gamers. At least I don't feel like they are. They don't care about us. They don't care about how the game feels. They don't care about how we feel about these changes that they're making to the games to just, increase their wallets. And I'm like, I just don't want to be a part of that anymore. I would much rather go back to a time, this time, from 2005, I would say, to about, I don't know, 2015. That was a good era. I could do all of this. I can still play a lot of these games. I still do play a lot of these games. I go back and I play Pokemon Emerald even to this day. Even though Legends Arceus, by the way, Legend Arceus is my favorite Pokemon game because it let me play Pokemon how I imagined it in my head as a kid, throwing the Pokeballs and shit like that. Like, I hope they continue with that. I lost my tangent. No, a lot of these games still hold up. I can go play a lot of these games and they're still really good. Like, not Devil May Cry 2. Shining Tears, great. Need for Speed, Disgaea, Crisis Core. What else I got here? Final Fantasy 2, Final Fantasy. Dissidia Duodecim, Dissidia. Mamana. I never really cared for Mamana. Dead or Alive, good fighting game. DNF Duel, I do have that on Steam. DNF Duel was it's alright. I got to Legend and I just stopped playing. Because they never had Battle Mage until recently, and I've already lost interest. But I did buy Battle Mage. Thank you for putting Battle Mage in the game. Thank you. It was great. I gave you money for her. But I have no problem pirating games. I will gladly pirate games. I have no problem pirating anime for all those people, screwing over the what's it called, the localization. Yeah, I don't mind fan subs. I will gladly get fan subs. I'd much rather dubs, so I don't have to. This is all about the change because I started learning Japanese. I started paying for Japanese classes. $68 a month for 4 classes a month. That's all I can afford right now because I'm broke. But I got, because I spend my money on dumb shit. Like, I got 3 computer monitors. I have Asmongold's PC down here. It's great, by the way. Thank you, Asmongold. And yeah. I really wish I would just start caring about gamers again. It just sucks. It really does. I really miss good games. God damn it. I'm getting all emotional. My half gay side is just, being half gay. But, as there are good modern games. Jedi Fallen Order. I haven't played Survivor yet, but I plan to. Fallen Order, great game. Elden Ring, I hear it's a great game. Hogwarts Legacy, I don't care what people say about it. It's a great game. Sure, I understand the pushback on a lot of things, like it's based in the past and they wouldn't really have this diverse characters in Scotland and all that. Yeah, sure, I believe that. I don't care. It's really good. Even though one of the characters was really annoying. I was a fucking wizard. I'm so cool. What the fuck? That's so cool. And I miss WoW. I miss how good WoW used to be. I was strictly on a PvP server, Spirestone. I really dislike Battlegrounds and the like for PvP. I really love World PvP where anything can just happen. Like, anybody can just come up on you and, shank you. It's real good. I love that feeling of getting off guard and then turning around and fighting and either losing or winning. Like I said, I came from EverQuest 2 where if you lost, you would drop some items that in your inventory. So you would drop gold or all the gold or platinum that you had on you, all of it. Well, not all of it. I guess you would drop what was it, 60%? of the gold or platinum that you had on you. So if you were carrying like 1,000 platinum, you would get like 600 platinum off of a dude. Oh no no no, it was 20%. If somebody, yeah, it was 20%. You would get like 200 platinum off a guy. It was great. Uh, and these people would just like have gear that they would just have in their inventory. Like if you didn't want to lose it, you would bank it. You always bank your gold. Always bank your platinum. But EverQuest 2 started trying to be WoW, and I lost interest in that. So I went ahead and just played WoW. I was like, if I want to play WoW, I would go play WoW. So I went and played WoW during the end of Mists of Pandaria, right before Warlords of Draenor came out, and I had a great time. It was super fun. The combat is so smooth. And I was one of those people who really just didn't care about World of Warcraft. I was like, it's so cartoony, and once you get over that, and you just like stop caring about like graphics and shit, because it was like that was the big thing. It was like the graphics, but once you get over that, and you stop thinking about the graphics, just start thinking of it as a video game, like it should be. And by the way, another thing I really don't care about is really, really like realistic graphics. I don't care if a game is like Kingdoms of Amalur or Final Fantasy VII remake. Just make a good game. Just make it fucking good, please. And back to my WoW rant, real quick. Yeah, no, I strictly stuck with World PvP. I hated Battlegrounds, and I never left the PvP server. I never made a character on a PvE server because it just didn't feel like the right way to play that game. I did play PvE MMOs like Guild Wars 2 and Final Fantasy 14. I do play those still sometimes. And I went to Star Wars, the Knights of the Old Republic, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic game. I can still play today, by the way. Great goddamn game. Not part two. Part two was good, but the ending sucked. But yeah, the Old Republic, great game. It gives it the thing about the Old Republic. It gives you. I think it has the strongest power fantasy that you're either a super cool Jedi or a super cool bounty hunter or a really badass Sith or like a smug smuggler. Like it gives you that fantasy. You can like you feel like you play how you want to play. Like you can, act out how you would act out in a world or how you would want to act out in a world like this. And it's just a strong connection to your characters. But you know, a lot of people they skip a lot of the dialogue these days. So it kind of sucks because the dialogue is what makes that game. I think Final Fantasy 14, a fantastic story. Um, Fantastic story actually, super great story. And the Bard, such a good class. And that's about it. That's really all I got to say on all this subject. Uh, yeah. I'm gonna stop buying new WoW content because I don't like the way they're taking the company. I'll still play World of Warcraft because it's not new, probably. You know, I didn't care for Season of Discovery, whatever that was. I didn't pay attention to it. But Dragonflight was really good. But the expansion before that was just garbage. I tried playing it and it just sucked. BFA was better towards the end. I will say that. I did love Legion. Legion was great. Oh man, that's when they changed Survival Hunter, and Survival Hunter became one of my favorite classes. I think I was one of the top DPS for Survival Hunter during Legion for heroic content. I never got to Mythic, but I did do the Mage Tower for Survival Hunter, and I did end up, getting the skin for the artifact weapon. It was great. But yeah, I just miss games that cared. I miss companies that cared. A lot of people are telling me to go to indie developers, and that's great, but it sucks because indie developers don't have the budget that these AAA's do, and it there are indie developers I do play games from. Like I do play Factorio or Satisfactory. Not so much Satisfactory much anymore or Factorio, but these are games that I have bought and played. Um, but these AAA companies, they make some of the coolest looking games, and it sucks that they lock everything behind paywalls. Stores, online stores for like cosmetics, for like skins and mounts and all this garbage. When all I want to do is like play your game. I don't want to be bombarded with $20 for this necromancer skin. By the way, I never played Diablo 4 because I didn't want. No, I'm not. No. Diablo 3 was all right. It was good for what it was. Diablo 2 was fan fucking tastic. Because Diablo 2 was a time where gamers were still making games and they weren't caring about your bottom dollar. Diablo 3, you can even kind of argue that. Like they still cared about the experience of the player. It took them so long to add the necromancer, but they eventually did. Like you can argue that they cared, but they were losing interest, and they were probably regretting that they didn't put all these monetization things into Diablo 3 at the time. And now that Diablo 4 is out, Diablo Immortal, oh, such fucking horrible games. Like Diablo 4, I'm not even gonna pick up. It's probably a great game. I've actually heard really good things, but I don't want to be bombarded by fucking buy this skin, buy this mount, or buy this mount skin. Why does my mount need a skin? Why? Can't y'all just put these things in the game and I can kill a thing and it has a chance of dropping? You know how hard I worked to get the Solar Spirehawk from Akmar and Warlords in Spires of Iraq, Warlords of Draenor, that bottom fucking zone. Dude, I spent so many days. I didn't get it until 2 years ago. About 2 years ago, probably. No, no. It was 4 years ago. It was last expansion, but even still, when did that come out? When does Warlords of Draenor come out? Like 2016. And I only just got the Solar Spyhawk 4 years ago. In 2020, it took me 4 years, and I had been hunting for it every day that I was playing. Every day that I was playing, I was killing that dude. I didn't do the how many times you killed this mob mod to tracker and all that. I didn't care. That was the coolest mount. And I only got that. I only went through the trouble of that for my fire mage because I wanted the aesthetic for my fire mage because it was the best looking fire elemental, um, the best elemental looking mount that they had at the time. And now they have Jaina's. But by the way, I got Jaina's. I did get during BFA. I was so happy. Yeah, Jaina's elemental. Jaina's elemental. Great mount. Why can't they just put these things on video games? Like in the game, on bosses, make them hard as fuck to beat, and then when you finally achieve it, have a chance to drop, like a 5% chance to drop. That would be so good. It would bring back a lot of things I loved about video games. Grinding for all these special achievements that nobody else can get, instead of just go spend $20 on the store and get this mount. And I did that for when I first came into WoW. I was like, oh wow, these mounts are cool. I'm gonna buy this one. When I first started playing WoW in Mr. Pandaria, they had the what was it? The that Reaver, the little bug, and the flying yellow dragon. I bought and the fire main fucking lion with wings. I bought all three of those, and I like them. They're really cool, but they should have just been in the game. I shouldn't have had to spend money for them, or at least give me the option to either go hunt for it or spend money, right? Like if there was if you want to buy it, cool, you can, but it looks different. And then if you get it in game, it looks cooler because you spent that hard earned time, that all that time, farming for it, you know. Ah, like the Violet Spellwing or the Solar Spirehawk. I have both of those, and I'd much prefer the Solar Spirehawk, not only because I spent a lot of time trying to get it to drop, but because it just looks really good. And the Violet Spellwing is just a recolor, so it's not as cool, but it's still pretty cool, and it goes great with my Shadow Priest. Uh, but yeah, you know, companies used to care, now they don't, and I just feel like they should, and it sucks. But anyway, that's all I want to talk about. I'm sorry for taking 25 minutes to explain all that. Yeah, fuck all you AAA companies. Please make games good again. Thank you.